Alright, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Cut the Shit and Get Fit. I am your host, Rafał Matuszewski, and I feel like it's been a long time since I did one of these car vlog things for some reason. I think it might have been because of the holidays. I've been, at home doing my thing, eating cookies and drinking, that whole thing. But I wanted to do a video on how to be successful in 2021 because, it is January and I'm pretty sure everyone's had this is the year that I'm going to get my health and fitness in order finally. And to be honest, it's all great that you want to change your life, improve your health, but with the fucking shitstorm of 2020 that we just had, and it kind of seems like it's kind of spilling over into 2021, we need to be a little bit more, I would say, realistic with our approach to our health goals. Now, if you do an audit of 2020, the average person lost their job, was laid off, their business might have went under, some had, their work adapt to going strictly online and staying home every single day also poses some concern on your mental health. If you're a parent, your kids were staying at home, and that's another fucking shitstorm and a half to have your kids homeschooled and then you try to work and, keep the household together without exploding. So 2020 definitely placed a lot of challenges in probably every facet of your life for the average person. And coming out of something like that is very challenging. And, in years previous, before this whole pandemic, the idea of I'm going to make health and fitness a priority and crush goals, lose weight, was a little bit more achievable than this year. And I honestly think if people are trying to just discredit 2020 completely and think that 2021 is a new chance, a new whatever, and it is, don't get me wrong, but to kind of wash away 2020 like it didn't even happen and think that I'm just going to flip the switch on and I'm just going to be so committed to the gym, so committed to eating and things like that, you need to kind of sit down and have a realistic talk with yourself, because it's probably not going to be as easy as you think compared to the years previous. So I'm kind of looking at 2021 as more of a realistic year, and I also want to make this episode of actionable steps, my 5-step plan to achieving your goals in 2021, or whatever, cheesy tagline title you want to call this episode. But the first step is to kind of sit with yourself, with your thoughts, and realize and come to the conclusion that 2021 is also going to be a challenging year, and not to get your hopes up that, this is the year that you finally change your life, because we've all been through some serious shit this past year. And even for myself, my mental health is not where it used to be, and I gotta figure that shit out. So even for me, my motivation on, excelling in certain aspects of my life, probably not gonna happen. And I need to come to terms with that and be okay with that. So then when I do go through this year, I'm not disappointed that I didn't hit this, and this. So an example of that is I really want to release my book by the summer. my new Ironclad Body training system, Volume 2. I would really want to get that thing hammered out by summer, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm probably needing to, realize that maybe summer's not going to be the time frame that I'm going to get my book out, and I need to be okay with that. So if you have a weight loss goal of within 6 months to lose 40 pounds, maybe extend that for the entire year. Just kind of get that through your head. Number 2, and I'm going back to the basics here because that's all we really, really need. People overcomplicate this thing, and I've realized I've gotten a lot of new listeners that maybe have not gone back to my previous episodes because I'm almost at 400. Literally almost at 400, so it's kind of hard to sift through. But number 2 is to increase your protein intake. The number one thing I tell every single person that I train, that I meet, that I chat online, that I LinkedIn message, whatever the fuck it is eat more protein. Generally, everyone undereats protein. When I ask people, what do you eat for breakfast? Oh, some oatmeal and a banana, and I throw some blueberries in it, and I have some milk, and I'm like, okay, where's your protein? They're like, oh, like oatmeal has some protein. I'm like, it does, but not enough. So if you want to be safe, whatever you're, eating right now, fucking double it. Especially for women. Women undereat protein more than men. Like, you need to increase that. And I always tell people the reason why you want to increase your protein intake is that, number 1, it has a higher thermic effect than carbs and fats. Meaning, when you're eating it, the amount of energy it takes to digest the protein is a lot higher than digesting carbs and fats. So with protein, you're now burning more calories. It's going to make you feel fuller because it helps regulate your hunger hormones. So now you have these 2 awesome benefits. You can eat less carbs and fat, eat more protein, be more satisfied, burn more calories, and feel full. It's all a win-win-win-win to me, you know what I mean? And on top of that, if you are going to go down the path of like, I'm going to be more active for 2021, now you have adequate protein to recover from all the workouts, the walks, the runs, the hikes, bike rides, whatever you want to do, swims. You're kind of covering all your bases, right? So number 3, if I had to move on, because I want to keep this short because I can talk about this forever, and I might actually do a longer episode on all these points this weekend for another episode. But number 2 would to eat a shit ton of vegetables. Ask yourself right now, am I eating enough vegetables? You're probably all laughing going, fuck, I should probably eat more vegetables. Fucking do it. And like, vary it up. There is more vegetables out there other than freaking like broccoli and romaine lettuce. There's so many things to do. So many things. And if you remember from last year, when I was like, yeah, 2020, it's going to be an awesome year for fitness and health. Here's the 5S rule. Go look up that 5S episode to help remember all the other ones. But one of the S's in that episode, man, my throat is super dry. This is why I don't usually do podcasts in the morning. One of the S's in the 5 S's is soups. Like, you know how easy it is to make like a vegetable soup and have that for the week? Like, I literally just made over the weekend a carrot and butternut squash soup. So freaking easy. I got my vegetables in. There's so many different combinations out there. Just Google. Like, this is so funny. When I coach nutrition, people are like, oh, I need like recipes, ideas. Like, what do you have? And literally in my head, I'm like, you can go on Google and type in 10 healthy soup recipes, and there's going to be like an endless list of stuff that you could get from there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no secret to, like, oh, I don't know what to eat. Like, I wish someone could just tell me, like, some good recipe ideas. I'm like, there's this fucking amazing thing online called Google. Like, just use it. But for some reason, people don't want to take that extra step, so I just do it for them. But it just kind of, like, baffles me that people at this point, when technology is so freaking easy, that they won't even do a Google search. They'll take like 30 seconds to click a link and just save it for later, and then, view it when they're ready to buy all the ingredients. But anyway, side note, soups, really, really, really easy to get your vegetables in. Another easy way, shakes, which is another S. It's so funny that I'm bringing this up. Fucking throw a bunch of vegetables in there. Get a juicer, get a Vitamix, whatever new thing that's out there. Like, just get your vegetables in. You know that they're filled with nutrients. You know they're filled with vitamins and minerals and all the things that we need in order to function like proper human beings, right? Like, your grandmother, your mother, everyone has always said you got to eat your vegetables. It's on purpose. But the other thing too is that vegetables are dense foods, in a sense that when you eat it, it will make you feel full once again. But the calories are super low, so you can eat a shit ton of vegetables. So this is why my second point of protein intake and now with vegetables go hand in hand. You can eat so much protein and so many vegetables, feel so full, and the calorie is going to end up being super low. So voila, you're now in a calorie deficit. Holy shit, right? Look at that. And I haven't even touched on, like, this is how many grams you're supposed to blah, blah, blah. Like, no, just make it simple. Eat more protein, eat more vegetables. Number 4, because I'm running out of time, move every day. I don't even care what it is. If you're a gym goer that, still is doing 3 days a week in the gym, keep doing that. But every other, on the off days, do something else. Do a mobility routine. Go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Go for a run. Fucking walk your dog for an hour instead of 15 minutes around the block like you always do. One of those things will do. You just want to get your, movement up. Like, our bodies are meant to move. When they don't move, bad things tend to happen. And the last one, number 5, is to be patient with yourself. All these changes takes time. And a lot of times people will be frustrated that they're not seeing progress. And honestly, it takes time. Good things take time. The things in life that are really, really worth it takes time and consistency. So be patient with yourself. Have some grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. This year is going to be another challenging one. So, like, get strapped in, get ready, and just fucking crush it. I believe in you, and you can do this. The only thing in life that you can control is yourself. So you might as well take these 5 things that I mentioned and just fucking hammer them out. And, sooner or later, you're going to start seeing the result. So I'm going to leave it there. I think this was a good episode to get you going. And I can't wait to see all of you crush 2021 and make it your bitch and not the other way around. Thank you for listening to me. Click the show notes. Add me on Facebook and Instagram. I post a lot of videos and photos and things like that. So until next time, you guys, see you later.